How's it going, guys? I'm going to be doing a live commentary this time of Slay the Spire for the second episode, so that I can explain the decisions I make, why I make them, and my opinions on different cards, strategies in the game. It's going to be my first time doing a live commentary, and let's begin. Last time I played the Silent, so now I'll be showing off the Ironclad, who I do not have as much experience with. So hopefully both of us will learn from this. I like removing strikes from my deck a lot, especially transforming them, because strikes are the worst attack you can get. There are other attacks that are just strictly better, like Twin Strike is 10 damage, and if you are weakened, then sometimes it's worse, like if you lose strength. So let's say you lose like 5 strength, then you deal 0 twice, and then with this you'd still deal 1. But other than corner cases, it's better to remove them. But because of the just sheer advantage that relics provide, I'm going to be getting a random common relic instead. We get the Regal Pillow, which I really like in those cases where you're slightly down more than what a campfire can provide, so that you can go into a boss with more health, and this allows you to risk health earlier in the game for various advantages. Alright, so here we have a path free of elites, a path with 2 mysteries and an elite, and then a shop, and then I'm gonna go with this one because I like going to the question mark ones more. I feel like they can be more beneficial than a random card because then the deck gets too cluttered. And the extra elite will provide a challenge and also a greater reward. So with the Burning Blood as an Ironclad, I feel more comfortable taking damage from enemies. So, for example, this one ship damage that I wouldn't, or I might sometimes take on the Silent, but wouldn't always. It's not as bad because you have this you have a sense of regenerating health that you just don't get with a character like the Silent. I applied Vulnerable there because of my last turn. It was kind of the best option I had. This hand plays itself. There was 1 strike, 2 blocks, and the most blocks you'd want to play is 2 there. Alright, so if we apply Vulnerable to him, we get to hit once more and it'll hit for 9. And then he is at 20 effective health right now. This would deal 8. And then we would deal 9 on top of that. That would be 17. And if we strike 3 times, we do 18. But this also makes him vulnerable next turn, and he's going to block. So I'm going to do this instead, because if he blocks her a lot, this will make it easier to finish him off. See, because just 1 alone now will be able to take him out, because it'll hit for 9. Burning Blood, once again, one of the advantages of the Ironclad, you know, even though I took a lot, it's essentially not going to do much to me because of the Burning Blood. It's not going to stick with me. I took Iron Wave there because, you know, it's a defend and a strike. You can't really go wrong. Kind of doubling up. Let's see here. 18 effective health on this guy and 20 effective health here. This will give me a block. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can take out this 4 and 6. This will deal 7. This will deal 9. Why don't we throw a potion at him? There we go. The potions in this game, they're not so good that you need to save them for the bosses. They're moderate benefits meant to help you conserve health. So I don't feel bad using them at all for just corner cases like that. I don't like True Grit because if you play it last, it's okay, but if you're kind of evaluating all of your decisions, then having the random element in there isn't going to make you want to play it first. So it's going to be more difficult to make a decision when you have that random element involved. And also because it exhausts it, it removes it for the rest of combat. And let's say the card that you didn't play that turn that's still in your hand is a really good card, and you're fighting like a boss or an elite, and not having access to it for the rest of combat's gonna suck. I'm gonna go for a vulnerable build because I like technical strategy involved with vulnerable, and also this card is generally pretty good, whereas a 2-mana card kind of locks you out of options. Even though I think weak is very good. So here we are going to remove a strike because we have access to better attacks. I'm gonna bash and then drop kick and then strike. Because the vulnerable and then the interaction with the vulnerable, the energy replenishment, and the draw, and then we're not taking any damage, so I don't really see a need to block. Here I do though, so we're going to do that. And I'm going to block this next hit because I'm going to try to heal up as high as I can before the elite comes with that burning blood. In case it's someone like the Gremlin Knob, that tall guy that buffs every time you play a skill. I don't like Perfected Strike because it's 2 mana, it just deals damage, doesn't generate any kind of technical buff, and I don't like strikes in general. I will take a Pommel Strike because it does a lot of damage, more than any card I have right now. It goes... Oh, well there is a vulnerable here. The draw replenishment isn't really as important because we're not dealing with a lot of 0-cost cards, or we're not dealing with a lot of energy buffs. So I'm actually going to take Thunderclap to go along with her vulnerable synergy we're trying to build up. If I remember correctly, there was a shop just in front of us, so we can just remove, yeah, so we can just remove the regret. And I like this boss because he gives you time to prepare, so I'm going to, I don't know, I think this will just deal the damage to me. Okay. Oh, he woke up either way. Oh well. No, he didn't wake up. Okay. I'm gonna cycle through to that bash and drop kick, and then I'll start the combat. Here we go. Because we have 9 cards left to cycle through, I feel like we'll be able to hit a bash again, but because it's only a 3 damage difference after the 50% buff is applied, I feel like defending will be more important, so we're gonna stack that vulnerable nice and high. I'll strike him and just block one here. The damage isn't that bad. We have the Regal Pillow. We're gonna remove that Curse Regret from our deck soon. Hopefully we'll hit a bash here. We did not. Yeah, I'm gonna go for the strike and then the defend. I want to play really aggressively with this character to take full advantage of our Burning Blood and our Regal Pillow. So let's bash, drop kick, Thunderclap. Stack that vulnerable nice and high for the next 3-round cycle before he uses Siphon Soul again. Our vulnerable's gonna last long enough to the point where it's better to just deal more damage and see if we can get him before he gets us. We're not going to die, but we will take quite a bit. Yeah, we guaranteed kill him on this next turn. I haven't seen this one yet. This looks pretty good. I'm excited to have gotten that nice and early when we can take advantage of it. I do like both weak and vulnerable. And it is nice to have more block. I would usually take either fire breathing or armaments. Because we're doing a vulnerable build, I'm tempted to take this. But since this is a lower mana cost and we don't have that much block, I'm gonna go with this. And we're going to see how that treats us. Could heal for 39. What would I upgrade here? We could start off with that. Deal an extra 8 there. Play more vulnerable. I like that. Yeah, I feel like this is a solid upgrade because we need more block and we need more damage. That gives us both of that. That's a barricade. I'm not going for that kind of build. I'm gonna start out by removing this regret, and we're gonna analyze our options here. Applying to vulnerable, that's what we want to do, so I'm gonna go ahead and buy that. Secret weapon is also nice. Helps the cycle. I'm gonna pick up that too. Alright, time to double up on the relics here. I'm gonna go this path so we can get another question mark. Nice. Hey! We got armaments upgraded anyway. Mummified hand. We don't have any powers, so won't matter too much. Oh boy. We're going to 5, this will deal 7, and then 9, so that's 16 once we get someone vulnerable, so let's take out him. I'm actually going to use this strength potion, just so we can take out this one, so we're only taking 4. Hopefully we'll draw our Iron Wave plus next turn, there's a pretty good chance of that. There we are. I'm gonna upgrade everything. See if I can't start to take out this guy. A thunderclap would be nice here. Oh. Ask and ye shall receive. Our vulnerable is stronger than their weaken, so stack. So it doesn't really matter that much that we were getting weakened there. The healing is nice, but it is only 4 damage. Because we are applying vulnerable, it'll often deal 6. We don't have that much strength, it would be nice to pick some up. They're all 2 mana cards here. We can also tutor for any of these using our secret weapon. I'm gonna go with the Reaper. The AoE might be helpful if we encounter more groups like that. Yes. Let us take out a strike. Get some gold here so that we can visit the shop and potentially take out a strike. Get another upgrade card. What do we got? Attack. We're not looking too hot for the clash right now. We don't have that much exhausts. Flex is nice. I don't really feel a need to remove a strike right now. We don't have enough cheap attacks. I'm going to pick up an Impervious, just for the case when we needed to flex. Now we can take full advantage of Reaper. So let's play vulnerable and just get a bunch of health back there. That's not gonna kill him. Just stack up more vulnerable. Probably should have done that first. No, but because they would have blocked the Reaper and it wouldn't have been able to heal. They should be pretty easy to take out. We have a pretty high chance of rolling for enough attack cards. Oh, not high enough. What's armaments? Flex. Kill the highest attack one and block. There we go. Nice and clean. Always nice to net health from an encounter. Shrug it off is god tier. Not much to say there. Rest before the boss. Nice and high using that pillow. Slime boss is, in my opinion, the hardest Act 1 boss. Let's see how we fare. Let's get this out of our deck. Even though it's nice for the last phase, but I'm gonna save this for when like the spike slimes come down. Or for when he uses his giant attack. There we go. I don't think he's gonna last 2 more turns. Before he splits, that is. So this is where I'll consider using the weak potion. Well, I mean, you know, that also works. Let's save that. Draw reduction should wear off. Let's upgrade everything and smack him a good one. That was in the wrong order. That's what you get for being hasty. There we go. More vulnerabilities. We're gonna get a nice split and interrupt this attack next turn, so that weak potion would be a good save. We're pretty much guaranteed to draw enough to split. Let's make him vulnerable. There we go, drop kick. See if we can get another attack card out of this. And we didn't. 48 health is a pretty good split. Frail is awful. I hate Frail, so I'm gonna see if I can kill this guy first. Draw a card. Since I'm gonna be focusing on this guy, I'm gonna weaken the acid slime. Frail's so strong. Well, that's good. We don't need to upgrade all of these, so let's draw and see if we can't make... Yeah, there we go. Get a nice and healthy split on the spike slime. At 3 health, I'm pretty sure we're not gonna have to rely on debuffs to take care of him. Should split them up. I can't do math. It doesn't matter, we'll full heal after the fight anyway. There's pretty much no way I can lose from this point. Should have upgraded first, but I mean, we're destroying them. Nice and stylish finish. I don't think Bludgeon is a good card. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna take Impervious. This fills up your deck like a lot, and that's not a good thing necessarily, especially because I like the flow we've got going. I don't really want to lower my max HP and I'm not planning on taking too much damage. Sure, let's go for the aura and just focus on using our gold to remove bad cards. Take Fire Breathing. This seems... I don't play Ironclad, so... This would end up dealing 3-4 times, so that'd be 12 damage. But there are a lot of malleable... There's some malleable enemies, and I feel like that. I'm gonna take Disarm. Cleave. I mean, it's damage. I'm gonna take Flex, though. Keep going with it. Battle Trance, we don't have that many draws. It seems useful, and Headbutt for the damage and the better cycling. When we go to remove cards, I'll probably focus on removing Disarm and a Strike, but Disarm first because I don't think it's too good, unless it proves itself to me, of course, before we get there. That being said, there are 2 elites along this path, and I hate the Act 2 elites. The Gremlin boss one. The painful stabs one, that one's fine though. We're gonna go for it.